Okay, so I'm going to attempt to review Mugenbine. What's his name? Gear Tortoise. You see he has a letter, I don't know. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but his name is Gear Tortoise. And this is maybe a tortoise shape. I actually like I like the general look of him pretty well. First we'll show you we'll call it tortoise mode. Tortoise mode is actually pretty cool. One thing I like about this guy, as opposed to a lot of the other Mugenbines that form animals or robots, a lot of them, the animal mode is like this, and the robot mode is like that. But this one actually uses Mugenbine parts, his Mugenbine legs. These two shell pieces right here are going to get clamped together. Another piece, and attached to this nice little Mugenroid. Got additional leg pieces. He does have a head piece, but it's mostly out of the way. A tail, and then finally the tortoise head. So here we have him in his tortoise mode. Which I like, but it actually doesn't look a lot like a tortoise. He looks too tall to be a tortoise. He's like really upright. Maybe dinosaur would be more appropriate. Turtle-like dinosaur. You know, the shell doesn't even completely cover his legs, and he's so tall. But I still think he looks really cool. Interestingly, this top piece right here is actually a very tiny gear tortoise. It's really hard to make it out through the viewfinder on the camera, but he has the same sculpting here as he does here, just without the paint application. So you could actually paint it to look like this head here. So he's either got a baby tortoise riding on his back, or his shell is shaped like a shell with a tortoise riding on his back. But he is really tall. He doesn't look quite like a tortoise to me. These pieces are actually really cool. Once I got them, I realized, oh hey, these are guns. I didn't know they were supposed to be guns before, but it even has little molded bullets on the side. So really cool. And actually, this guy doesn't use his guns in either of his modes. But if you want to, we can do some other stuff here. So you can just unfold the Mugenbine some other way. Reattach him, so not missing much there, and then you can attach the guns to the back of the shell. So there's some fun stuff you can do there. It doesn't really look any more tortoise-like, but hey, he's still pretty cool. So I like his tortoise mode pretty well. I mean, it's not really a great tortoise, but it's fun. So now for his robot mode. Now with almost all these guys that do animals and robots, maybe all of them, this is what you're going to do with the Mugenroid. And it's kind of a little bit sad that he does that every time, but it's alright. It looks cool. So the animal head becomes the chest plate. It happens all the time. At least with him it folds down instead of sticks out. The animal legs become robot leg extensions, of course. The shell pieces actually become the arms. And he's actually got a little tortoise shield and a little tail sword. Now, what I do like about this guy is you can leave him like this, and the Mugenroid head actually looks really cool. But we've got this extra headpiece here, and it's just supposed to clip on to the back for a little bit more of a super robot head. Now I think he looks really cool. The articulation is restricted if you use his shield. If you don't use a shield, it's still a little bit restricted, but hey, it's Mugenbine. You can peg on the shield like that, but it doesn't really look much like a shield. Not that it does either way. The little sword dagger is kind of cool. I think he's got a pretty cool look to him overall. What I don't like is that his head actually is behind his shoulders. Oh, I hate that. I wish it was up here, but instead it's back there, and it's kind of free to rotate around. So, I mean, actually, this may look a little bit better to you than that, but you can do whichever thing you want. And he's actually has a third mode that I just remembered, but it's terrible, so I have to get the instructions. And we're back, and I just went and looked at the back of the packaging for his gun mode. This is it. Now, it shows on the packaging it being held by Arc Tiger, but I don't have Arc Tiger. So, we'll see what it looks like being held by wonderful Mastodon Prime. I mean, this guy. It's pretty terrible. So it's two guns put together with some Tortoise bits glued to the top of it, and a knife coming out the barrel of the second gun. Now, you see it uses all these bits here, which, viewed from the other angle, look even more terrible. It doesn't use these shield bits at all. And I don't know why this, I don't know what the purpose of any of this is, because really, if you want to deck out one of your Mugenroids, one of your Mugenbine, dual pistols looks a lot cooler. And the parts are set up so you can clip them on in all sorts of ways. So I don't know what that mode's there for. It's terrible. Please don't buy it for that mode, because it's atrocious. But wait, there's more. He actually also combines with Mr. Gorilla Head, what's his name? Guard Kong, to form this atrocity there, which I don't know what it's supposed to do. It's like Guard Kong has some like gears in him, and this thing I think has a little piece attached to it, and it spins like this when you move him. I'm not really sure what exactly it does, but I have looked at the instructions and made it before, and it leaves out a bunch of parts in addition to looking terrible. So I'm not even gonna bother going through it right now. Yeah, so don't buy him for this mode or for this mode. Buy him for these two modes, which are actually pretty cool, and buy him for these really cool gun parts, which they're pretty cool. By the way, since I am a little self-conscious, I'll tell you, geez, the black crap under my fingernails is paint, not dirt, so please forgive me. Anyway, so yeah, I like them pretty well. Get them, and don't ever combine them with Guard Kong or Arc Tiger.